Oh, we're live. Hey guys, this is Movie Club Strikes Back. We're here for our weekly hangout. We've been on a bit of a hiatus, and you may not even really recognize me because this is my first time hosting. So nobody throw like Rotten Tomatoes and cabbages at me, please. We have a small group today, but that's okay because it's easier for me to handle questions and such. So we're all going to run through introductions if you want to start, Adam.
My name's Adam. My YouTube channel is Junk Drawer Videos. My Twitter handle is Junk Drawer Video without the S, but my name on Twitter has the S, so you can find me with both. I talk about pretty much anything I feel like talking about, which is why it's called Junk Drawer Videos. And yeah, next.
Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm daily vlogging, so I just do a lot of videos where I talk about things. And I'm also known as Ghost Librarian. I hang out on Twitch quite a lot. My Twitter handle is Took It Home to Jen. My YouTube channel is Took It Home to Jenny. And I do a lot of stuff on the internet because I have no life. Woo! And next. It's you, Sean.
Oh, okay. Good evening, boys and girls. My name is Sean, and I have no idea why I'm on here. But they let me on. Apparently, once you feed a stray dog, it never leaves. So I'm here. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet. Just look for Sean Riaz. It says so on my T-shirt. And I draw stuff. That's pretty much all I do.
Sean, of course, did the awesome artwork for the channel that you're watching right now and has been a huge contributor and supporter to this channel, so yeah.
Yes. Okay. And I'm Tor, and I'm your host for this evening. You can find me at Tor's Times on YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, pretty much everything. So the theme for this hangout this week is going to be like emotionally charged movies. So we're going to be answering questions about personal experiences with movies that have made us feel strongly in one way or another. But Kiwi had been doing some trivia sessions at the beginning of her hangouts, and I really liked that idea. In fact, I liked it so much that I 100% ripped it off. So I have 7 trivia questions that our 3 wonderful contestants are now going to compete for the ultimate prize, which will be me photoshopping some kind of ridiculous trophy and posting it on Twitter for them. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to ask a question, and we have a little chat in the side, so get your name typed in there, ready to go. And if you know the answer to the question, hit enter, and then whoever's name pops up first, you'll get the chance to answer the question, and I will be keeping score with my pen. Okay?
Sean, have you found the chat? Okay. I think that's a yes.
Yes? Yes? Everybody ready? I'm just going to draw up a little scoreboard here right now. So we got Junk, Jenny, and Sean. Okay, so time for the first question. So just to double check here, does everybody have their name ready to press enter and answer the question? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Question number 1. What color were the slippers in the original Wizard of Oz movie?
Oh.
Jenny got it? Okay, Jenny?
Ruby, although in the original book I believe they're green.
No, that is not the answer.
What? Shenanigans!
Okay, I'm just going to say the answer then. In the original Wizard of Oz movie, they're silver.
Nah.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, you just saying that because it's in black and white.
No, I looked it up. I'm not lying. Okay, we'll do question 2. I thought I picked
None of us will have to verify that.
Yeah, I feel like Google.
Somebody Google it.
Jenny, Google wasn't invented yet.
Was there more? There was only the one movie, the 40s or whatever.
Yeah,
1930, I think.
in that movie there's silver.
I think they were red. I'm not gonna lie, baby.
You think?
They were
You
red
know
when
what,
it turned into color.
Judy Garland, Wizard of Oz slippers.
They didn't focus on the ruby slippers. You know, like, they said, oh, these are the silver slippers. No, they didn't say that. Are you telling me that Judy Garland read her lines wrong? This is Judy Garland.
Well, you know what? No, they're red in what I just looked up, so I'm just going to say that the trivia website that I got my information from was
Not.
Liar.
Okay, that question is stricken from the record, and I apologize.
That is
Okay.
not right. Something on the internet that wasn't true.
I,
Yeah.
the internet just let
How
me
could you
down.
betray us?
We trusted you.
Okay. Moving on to question 2. In the movie The Terminator, who plays Sarah Connor?
Oh.
Sean?
Oh.
Sean, do you
you
have
got
an answer?
What?
Are you Googling it?
What is Linda Hamilton?
Yes. Linda Hamilton. That's a point for Sean.
You knew that. You're just testing me.
I did know that. I know all the answers.
That's what color the
That's the
slippers were.
point of trivia. Okay, question 3. What was the first film ever to be officially deemed as a blockbuster?
Ooh.
That's tough. I'm
Oh,
gonna
you like the Lego movie? Wink.
I'm gonna guess.
Yep, Adam?
I'm gonna say King Kong.
Nope.
Ah.
It was Jaws.
Oh.
According to the same website that said that the ruby slippers were silver, so these could all be wrong. I don't know.
That took place on the water. There were no blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not the Lego movie. The Lego movie was the first blockbuster.
There you go.
That's bad.
Yeah, it is. I take no credit for bad jokes.
Question number 4. What famous actor failed an audition for the movie Fame because he wasn't pretty enough?
Fame.
Shucks, I was just about to say me.
I'm just gonna make a completely random guess and say someone like Tom Cruise. 'Cause
That is the
random
correct answer.
What?
It was Tom Cruise.
Woo!
What could you get?
All right, Jenny and Sean are tied 1-1, and 2 of my questions have been bust. So, question 5. Alfred Hitchcock's daughter actually appeared in one of his films. Which film was it?
Ooh.
It's like one of the most famous ones. Hint. Jenny?
You see, now I've forgotten the name. I know which film I'm thinking of, and I can't think of the name.
Describe the scene.
The scene in the shower with the stabbing?
Yes, Psycho. I'll give you that
Psycho.
point.
There we go. I feel like
Jenny's
that should be
cleaning up.
half a point.
I knew the name of the movie. I just didn't press enter quick enough.
Well, that's you gotta be fast fingers on this trivia. Okay, this one should be fun. In Star Wars, which character was the first to speak?
Oh, me, but I haven't typed my name. Isn't it C-3PO or is it R2-D2?
It is. It's C-3PO. That's the first thing you said.
I've watched
so.
that scene so many times because when I'm really, really tired, I'll watch Star Wars, and I usually fall asleep before the droids escape the ship to Tatooine. As much as I love Star Wars, it's just I've watched it so many times, I'm like, brain pop.
Yeah. All right, so there's only one question left, so Jenny's already
Jenny
won.
wins.
This is the final question.
Million points.
Okay, this is the
Okay.
million-point question. It's actually kind of tough, so I have a hint for it if you guys can't answer right away. So, question 7. In what movie was the villain's name Baron Numpsy? Baron
What?
Numpsy was the villain.
Baron Oopsie.
Numpsy.
Okay, I'm not gonna win this one.
Numpsi.
Baron.
And I'll give you a hint. There's a dancing Pepsi can that's magically dancing in this movie.
A dancing what?
A Pepsi can.
Pepsi can.
I drink Dr. Pepper, so that's irrelevant.
Okay. I picked really crappy question, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm just
The
gonna
movie was-
like
Oh.
the little toaster who could. I'm just gonna randomly go with that. I've never seen that.
No.
No.
The Brave
Okay,
Little
cool.
Toaster.
The Brave Little Toaster.
It's actually Golden Child.
Brave Little Toaster? Really?
No. Never seen it. Never
Okay.
seen Golden Child.
Well, Jenny wins!
Hey!
4 out of 7 questions were answered
Talking to
correctly,
myself.
3 of them by Jenny. So I will, in fact, be photoshopping you a beautiful award to be showcased on the internet.
Look how beautiful it is.
And on to move on from that travesty of trivia, because I can't pick questions, apparently. We'll go to our first topical question of the day, which is pretty open. It's just what kind of stuff has everybody been watching over like the Christmas season, Christmas vacation?
Who wants to go first?
You go first, as you're the first one to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I watched I Am Santa Claus, and I liked it so much I shared it with everybody. I watched Wrestle Kingdom 9, which I don't know if many people want to hear about that. And, yeah, that's it, really.
What did you watch last night?
What did I watch last night? Oh, I watched, been really into animation, trying to teach myself to animate. Not that I'm any good at it. So I was watching, the South Park one, 6 Days to Air, which was really cool and very, very vulgar, even for even because it's about South Park. But yeah, it was really cool watching them like on the 3rd or 4th day, like we got nothing, we got to start all over, and then come up with an idea out of thin air. I think it was it Matt Stone said that, okay, last night I updated my iTunes and I didn't read the agreement. So what if one of our characters does that, but everybody else in the world takes it seriously enough and they read the agreement and there's something very seriously like disturbing in the agreement, and he clicks it and he reads it, and then the kids are all playing or whatever, and like, we got to talk. Oh, I don't have time, dude. Kyle agreed to the terms and services of iTunes, and they're like, oh my god. And they turned something as simple as clicking agree to the terms of service on iTunes into an entire episode, which then turns
Wow.
Kyle into a human centipede.
Of course they took it that way.
Yeah. So it was a
Okay,
very
Jenny.
cool documentary.
Jenny, what kind of stuff have you been
basically-
watching?
Let me think. Over Christmas, I watched. My sister got Guardians of the Galaxy on DVD, so we watched that on Christmas Day. I bought. What have I watched? Oh gosh! You know when you're trying to think through your list of things that you watch. I've been catching up on Movie Club Strikes Back. So one of the films I finally got around to watching, which was fantastic, was Samurai Cop, which just it blew my mind with how amazing it was. Like the fact that it had some of the most awkward and weird sex scenes that didn't make me uncomfortable is an achievement in its own right. Yeah, just generally, I basically caught up on Movie Club Strikes Back, so there's a lot of random movie watching, and I've been also trying to watch some more Stargate, the original Stargate SG-1, because I'm a dork. And Sherlock. I've been catching up on Sherlock. I finally managed to watch the most recent season, 3 episodes with the wedding and all the stuff with that. So yay! It was all very good.
Sean, what have you been watching lately?
Oh, I was supposed to be watching something? I've been catching up on American Horror Story Freak Show.
Oh yeah. Is
Yeah.
it like I've never seen the show, so what kind of like
Never seen
premise?
American Horror Story like at all?
No.
My God. Then again, it's hard to describe because every season is its own entity, really. So even though there's supposed to be a connection, every season has a different theme, even though it's mostly with the same actors.
Okay.
But season 4, Freak Show, focuses on um, well, essentially a freak show in the I want to say 50s. So they're in Florida, and there's a traveling freak show, and of course we have hijinks. I don't want to give away too many spoilers.
Okay.
It's terribly disturbing, even for American Horror Story. Of course, there was a mid-season lull, but there's only one episode left in the season to go, and it's picking back up, like, really. And it still boggles my mind that Ryan Murphy is the producer, and he's also the creative force behind Glee.
It's like very different television series from the same guy.
Basically, High School Musical, the series, and then you have American Horror Story, and they do reference the 1930s movie Freaks a lot, and it does feel like that. And Freaks was one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen, but it had its own beauty to it.
Yeah. So successfully portraying what they were trying to go for then.
Yeah, well, especially the last. Well, not to give away too many spoilers, but the last episode that aired, it was almost exactly like Freaks. Which I'm surprised they can get away with that on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, and Constantine, of course.
Oh yeah, I watched a couple of episodes there.
Yeah. I mean, there was even a marathon of it today on some channel. I'm still not 100% sold on Arrow. I'm sorry. I just haven't gotten really behind that shit. I can understand why people like it, but my main problem is Green Arrow is not Batman, so stop trying to make him into Batman. I love the Flash though. Flash is just fun, but Constantine I think is just that much better a show.
I almost feel like a failure at like movie club because me and Adam actually don't have cable, so we don't watch any television shows.
I don't have cable either. I have DirecTV.
Oh. Well, we don't. Yeah, we don't have. We have like internet, so we're sort of strictly movie entertainment, and I guess pro wrestling as well. I'd be interested to hear, Sean. What do you think of Gotham? Because I haven't seen very much of the DC or TV series, but I have seen.
I'm very much divided on that.
Yeah.
On one hand, if you take it in its own continuity, it's a fairly okay cop show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say spectacular or anything. It has its moments, but if you take it in trying to make it into Batman continuity, it will make you want to pull your hair out. To begin with, that means half of the villains are going to be about 60 years old by the time Bruce Wayne becomes Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really little interactions, like when you see Montoya interact with Jim Gordon. Isn't Montoya supposed to be younger than Batman? But no, she's the same age as Jim Gordon.
Yeah.
Little things like that gets you. And also the fact that the Penguin looks way more like the Joker than the Penguin.
Yeah.
I mean, acts like the Joker. And, okay, one thing I think everyone would agree on, as much as I love Jada Pinkett Smith, I mean, she's a fantastic-looking woman and she can act. She chews up that scenery like there's no tomorrow. It's like, okay, how bad can I act? I mean, she's fun to watch, but it's really distracting from trying to, do a proper narrative. At least in my opinion. I don't make movies.
Yeah, that's interesting. I kind of thought along the same lines. I find it's an interesting portrayal of Gotham too. It's not, I mean, it's not as gritty as I've seen it, or yeah, it's far less gritty than I've seen it be portrayed too.
Well, again, if you go into it with an open mind and not being bogged down by any continuity or anything you've seen before, and just try to enjoy it on its own merits, it'll be fine. I wouldn't say it'll be great, but it'll be fine.
Okay, so I guess we'll move into my second topic, because I'm such a smooth transition artist here. So the second question I have for tonight is, what is a movie from your childhood that really, even to this day, maybe brings you a lot of joy to watch it? Like, the movie that you can look back on and think, like, I remember being freaking stoked when I watched it when I was 4, and I still love it today, or has that changed at all? But basically, what movie makes you really, really happy, or made you really happy in the past?
Well, me and my sister recently rewatched The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, and we were literally watching this film like, it's so good. Why is it still so good? And we're literally like, look at how good the animation is, and the acting, and the characterization, and how just epic it is, and the music's so fabulous, and the fight sequences are pretty damn freaking cool. How come this has not aged that much, and The Hobbit already feels slightly old?
I think that's almost a good thing, though, because isn't The Hobbit supposed to come first?
Yeah. So yeah, me and my sister rewatched that, and also all of the Austins, just they're amazing and timeless, and I love them.
I'd say for me, it's probably like Hayao Miyazaki films, so like Princess Mononoke and My Neighbor Totoro. Like, all I have to do to be happy is put on Princess Mononoke, and my dad got me like the DVD, like, awesome edition of it, so I'm set for life with that movie. It's just so calming and like joyous. I don't know.
See, when you say it,
I'm just an anime nerd.
See, when you say it like that, well, when you say it like that, I want to say the movie Out Cold, but it's not really from my childhood. Because it's a silly movie, but I used to watch it when I lived in Calgary, and it would remind me of North Bay, because it's basically just a snowboard town that people drink Colt 45s and stuff. But as far as from my childhood, I'm gonna steal Alan's answer, and I'm gonna say Hook, because Hook was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and it still holds up today. It really is. When you watch it, it's like, it is so good. Why aren't there movies that are that awesome?
Yeah.
Anymore, you know?
Hook was a really good movie.
Yeah.
And like, weird things about it are things that have really stuck with me. Like, there's a scene when they have a food fight, and they're throwing like paste. Like, it's not food, it's just different colors of paste. And
it looks like mashed potatoes and food coloring.
Yeah, but for some reason that is what sticks to my mind about that movie, and also it looks delicious, despite the fact that it just looks like colorful mashed potatoes.
But it's not real, it's just imagined food.
Yeah, exactly. It's Neverland. It's whatever you want it to be, right? So it's just, I don't know, strange things about that movie are really timeless, and I still enjoy that.
And Rufio.
What about you, Sean?
Well, first, you say, go back to childhood. You're presuming I'm still not in it. Never grew up. It's a trap. Okay, seeing as we're just finished with the holidays and everything, I've noticed that Home Alone never gets old.
Yes.
I've only watched that film once in my life. Okay, I feel like I
Home Alone, I can see that like 10 times a day, and I will not get tired of it. Home Alone and Home Alone 2, they're like, almost like The Godfather and Godfather Part 2. You have to see them both back to back. But it is so amazing. The thing is with Home Alone, in my head, I'm thinking there's no way that the wet bandits are able to survive any of these things. Really, they should have been dead from the time they tried to break into the house.
At At one point, he attacks them with a blowtorch to their skull.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, the bricks to the head, the blowtorch, being electrocuted.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a scene? Oh, I'm missing with Home Alone 2, but where he fills the toilet bowl with gasoline,
Does he?
and head's on fire. Okay, let me see if I can do a handstand and try to put it out. Now, logically, they should not survive, but they do. But you don't even think about it because that movie is just so awesome, and you really forget what a joy it was to watch Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. Which one do you prefer?
Home Alone or Home Alone 2?
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so many different reasons. I mean, Home Alone, the first one, it's just classic because it's fresh and everything. But Home Alone 2, I mean, one reason alone, that movie, I can watch it by itself. Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you
I've only
not
watched
love
Home Alone 1. I think it was Home Alone 2 as well. Like, I know they pretty much follow the same kind of structure, where it's, scary person who lives across the street or you meet or something isn't all that scary, learn something about your family, miss home, go back home.
Yeah, there are messages along with it. Like you said, the first one, there was the scary old guy who, everybody thought, oh, he kills kids and everything. But he turns to be a sweet old guy who just happens to have some family problems. And then there's a focus on the homeless in the second one. And you realize that, they're not that bad. They're people like everyone else. So, yeah, they're tearjerker moments. But, of course, you also cry a lot because you can't stop laughing at all. I mean, it's just non-stop, and it never gets old.
Cool.
I watch it every Christmas, and people try to tell me that it's not a Christmas movie, and I argue it is. It is. That's what it's about.
There are Christmas trees.
But there's not only that, but there's like the theme of like appreciating your family and being with your family for holidays and stuff like that.
You can say the same about Die Hard, but Die Hard is not really a family film.
Yeah.
Although arguably Die Hard is the best Christmas movie ever. I would slightly disagree with that. As much as I love Die Hard, as far as I'm concerned, Mean Girls is the greatest movie ever made.
Mean Girls is the greatest movie ever made?
Oh, I haven't watched Mean Girls in so long. I can barely remember the plot. I remember that she smells like a baby prostitute. That's about it. I really need to rewatch that. For some reason in the back of my brain, that's one of the movies that I get worried about rewatching. I don't know.
Jenny, it doesn't matter if you remember every line or if you can't remember anything at all. You need to watch Mean Girls again. Everybody watch Mean Girls again.
I think the greatest Christmas movie of all time is The Grinch.
The cartoon version.
Yes, the cartoon, of course. I don't like the Jim Carrey one.
Yes, I'm not the biggest fan of the Jim Carrey one either. I put a little snide remark into my review for the cartoon.
I saw that.
Well, the thing is, like, I've always found the Jim Carrey version to be really, really scary. Like, there's something about the makeup that it's genuinely, it's uncanny valley creepy. Well, if you actually just watch the cartoon, you're like, oh, they're cartoon characters,
Yeah, and his backstory always reminded me of when they gave Freddy Krueger a backstory in the Freddy movies, where he was like ridiculed as a child and like everybody picked on him, and eventually he wanted to get his revenge and stuff.
It's funny that you were saying about Tim Curry in Home Alone being like the best part of it, because there's one scene in Home Alone where he's smiling and then it fades into a picture of the Grinch or vice versa.
Yes.
And I actually think that he would have been a really good alternative to Jim Carrey in the live-action Grinch movie. Not that I think it could have got much better, because it just wasn't a great way to pull off that whole storyline, as we've talked about previously, where it's all about anti-consumerism. But
that Tim Curry should just get it. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yes. I mean, his resume could just say Rocky Horror Picture Show, and he should get hired for every other acting job ever.
How awesome would it have been if Tim Curry had been cast as the Joker?
Oh man, that would have been terrifying.
Yeah.
I feel like if Tim Curry had played the Grinch, he probably would have, like, if he had done a more sort of true version to the original, I think that would have been really good too.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is I think he's a highly underrated actor.
Yeah.
But Tim Curry is classically trained, if that really makes a difference. He does Shakespeare and stuff. So, and then he has that grin. My God.
Yeah, the grin is his thing. Like, his grin is amazing.
Even when he did voice acting for the Peter Pan animated series that I think Fox did back in the early 90s, he played Captain Hook. And even though, yes, it was animated because you couldn't see him smiling, you can feel it in his voice.
Yeah. Okay, so we're actually having some kind of something happening with the Hangout where it's unlisted, so we're going to end this live broadcast and all come together in a new Hangout, which hopefully doesn't end disastrously, and hopefully we can go live listed so that anybody who actually wants to see us can find us. So, fingers crossed, guys. We'll be back together in 5 to 10 minutes.
Video hopefully will be up on the site and everyone can watch it in a minute.
Yes.
Like post-live hangout, because we've been all acting like we're live. So.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.